This is my Time Machine. Now this board's gone through a few developments over the last 2 years. The most probably noticeable one, the change we've made, is that we're doing it in a diamond tail. As you can see at the outline, you can see the tail. Now everything else has remained the same, the nose, the width in the centre and so forth. All the team riders have just, and anyone that's had one has just found that the diamond tail seems to give it its best performance out of all the different tail shapes that we've tried, rounded squares, rounded pins and so forth. And as you can see as well, this is probably a good angle to show it, the curve in the middle through to the tail. The reason why this board works so well is it's got the same curve there as a high performance short board, irrespective of the nose. Because of the extra width, that's the important key, and the rocker as well, which you can see probably at that angle there. From there through to the tail is exactly like a high performance short board. Now I'll just chuck it up on the stand and we can have a bit of a look. Now this one's 6'6", 22 wide, 2 7/8 thick. Now this is probably the average size that I do this particular board. You can see there the volume, quite a lot of volume right up until the tip, and the thickness. Deck's only got a slight roll as we go through, and you can see as it gets up to the nose, the volume stays the same. The nose and tail thickness is actually the same. Okay, now most of the people that tend to like this board, and the reason I call it the Time Machine, seems to be a lot of people sort of 35, 40 and over, right up to the 60s age group. They who used to ride short boards never thought they'd get on a board this short ever again, because the volume being 22 wide, the flat curve, that just gives it so much get up and go. So the Time Machine name means it makes them feel younger. It is like a time machine, and that's said many a time. Now I'll go through the bottom shape. Now the other characteristic, the whole bottom shape is a performance bottom shape. The concave in the nose, yes, like most mouths, and it has that shape there, but it has the concave between the centre and the nose, 1/8 of an inch concave. We get into the centre, it's got the 1/8 of an inch concave still, and the double concave is just about to start either side here. And between the tail and the centre, you can see the full double concave there inside the single, okay, like a performance shortboard, and the edge is starting to be quite hard here. Now we get through the 1 foot mark, about where your back foot would be, and basically the rail edge, the centre and the rail all touch with the double concave. Okay, so that's where your back foot would be, and just behind the back foot is where the V comes through. So it creates this with the concave release and so forth. Now you can see with the fin set up there, I've got it set up as a quad fin. Now originally we did this board as a single fin with 2 stabilisers. We've tried it as a tri-fin. I still put the plug in because when you buy this board you get a tri-fin set and the rear quad set. Now with the rear quads, what we do, we go for a slightly larger rear quad than what you'd put in a normal shortboard, because the tail's up to 16.5, 17 wide. You need that extra area in the fin to get the drive. Now, as I said before, the rocker in the tail here along that rail edge is exactly like a high performance shortboard. The bottom shape is, it's just like we've added a band of, up to 3 inches in the middle and just push those rail lines out. Now, most surfers that get this board that weigh around the 90 kilos, 100, even up to 120, have no problems surfing really heavy waves like Maldives, Mentawais, your local beach break, wherever. It's an all-round board which works everywhere. Now I only do it up to 6'10", that's as big as you need, but I do it right down to 4'11" or 4'8". So if a Grommy wants one as their performance board and their normal board, say 6 foot, they'd get like a 5'2", one of these. So it can be done in all different size ranges. This is just the average. This one's for a lady, she's just past the beginner stage. And rather than having a 7.6 mini mal, which a lot of shops tend to try and throw at people, this one's only 6.6. It's going to be a lot easier for her to carry around, turn and so forth, but it's got that stability as you can see here. So it's a great board for beginners, but it is a great board for the surfer that's getting back into surfing and would love to ride something shorter but can't ride a pointy nosed shortboard, because as you can see here, if this had a pointy nose, all that area would be taken out and there's no way in the world a person to be able to ride it if they're too big. So the Time Machine is a board which is going to enable you to get lots of speed, ease of paddling, and I think I describe it the easiest way. It's like getting a 9 foot mal and taking a 1.5 foot off the nose and 1.5 foot off the tail, and you're left with that middle bit, and that's why they paddle so well. They are a very flat rocker. Now it comes with a standard glass job, 6 on the bottom, 6 and 4 on the top. That's standard. In the smaller sizes, where some of the younger guys or girls want to throw it around a bit more, we can do it in 4 ounce and so forth. But this standard glass job seems to make them pretty robust, and they last a fair time. You can get it white. This customer wanted it green and pink. Looks great. So you can get it tinted like this, or you can get sprayed, whatever, polished. There's no sort of limit with it. But yep, this one is the Time Machine.